Adult college. I rented a room in a large house with 4 other housemates. That was also an Airbnb rental. At times there could be 6 to 8 people in the house. It was busy. At first I loved it. It was fun to have company around. I never felt lonely, and I always had someone to do something with or eat a meal with. It was really nice at first. We all got along until we didn't. And that's usually how the story goes. It went south pretty fast. The Brazilian housekeeper who lived in the camper in the back was very jealous of me, and it didn't help that she was an alcoholic. Her fake kindness turned into outright rudeness. She would walk by me and say, "Get a real job," when I was riding on the porch just minding my own business. I pretty much ignored her and didn't let her bother me. I knew deep down she was a mess, so I didn't take it personally. But then she started messing with my dog Karma, and I had to draw the line. We got into it, and it was a lot of drama. The next time she saw me and said to me, "Get a real job," I responded, "Why don't you get a job?" since I did all the cleaning in the house that she was supposed to be doing. She replied, "I have 2 jobs. Oh yeah, what are those? I thought to myself. Blowjob and hand job, but she definitely was not working as her housekeeper for her rent. I know it was a mean thing to think, but the drama was unbearable at this point. I eventually had to move. With conflict comes silver linings if you look for them. I was staying temporarily at a friend's house and living out of my RAV4 while trying to find a new home. One evening I was at the local Magic Sands beach watching the sunset with Karma, and I fell asleep face down in the sand. I guess all the drama exhausted me more than I knew. Karma was on leash but got up and started barking at some people walking by. I was woken up startled by a man yelling angrily at me, "No dogs on the beach!" The anger seemed so out of place in such a serene moment of the sunset. I had also seen plenty of people bringing their dogs to the beach after the lifeguards had left, so I was kind of annoyed by the man. No longer able to enjoy the beach, I went back to my car to leave. I noticed the man who yelled at me standing by his truck. He was a local large, dark-skinned man. A moment of clarity shined through, remembering the message from my sister friend before I moved here about bringing your baggage to the Holy Land. I said to myself, this land is sacred. You moved here to bring peace and light. You cannot leave the situation unattended with negative, conflicting energy hanging around. You must be the light, be the change, fix this. Acting on my intuition, I took a deep breath, got out of my car, bravely walked over to him, and sincerely apologized. I said, "I'm sorry if my dog disturbed your zen. It's just that we are in between homes right now, and I fell asleep. My dog is usually quiet and well behaved." His angry face immediately changed. He responded with such kindness. "Yes, ma'am," he said. "Is there anything I could do to help you?" I wanted to cry. My shoulders dropped and I relaxed. I introduced myself and we became fast friends. I had no idea how much this angel was indeed going to help me. The next day I pulled up to the beach and he was there again. He walked over to say hello and asked me if I was okay, noticing the strange look on my face. I told him no with tears in my eyes. I explained to my new friend that my belongings were in the house I had just moved out of. My things were locked in my friend's room, who was away on vacation. However, the manipulative landlord texted me to tell me he moved my things to a storage facility, and once I paid him for it, he would give me the key, which was an outright lie. I was beyond angry. I couldn't believe this was happening. He was a 65-year-old grown man. My new angel friend came to my rescue. He told me to call the police and that he would go with me to help me get my things back. It was a sight to see, a convoy of 4 SUVs pulling up to my old landlord's house, with 2 police, my angel friend, and myself. My angel friend stayed with me and calmed me down as the police interrogated the landlord, who lied and said I never lived there. Luckily for me, the sneaky landlord's reputation preceded him, and along with the chain of text messages he had sent me, proved he was a liar. The police told him to back off and let me get my things or he would be arrested. My angel friend stood by and loaded his truck with all my suitcases and belongings, which was a lot more than I thought. He drove my things to his house and stored them in his garage. He showed me how to access the garage and let me know I could keep my stuff there for as long as I needed. I was overwhelmed with gratitude. I hadn't even been in Hawaii for 3 months and couldn't believe how much drama I was experiencing. He and the police went out of their way to help me. The police didn't have to help me as this was a civil issue, they told me, but they did anyway. I knew I was being watched over and protected. I turned a potentially negative situation into one of healing for both my angel friend and I. I gave my new friend an opportunity to do a kind act and to show aloha to a stranger. In his giving, he also received. It was a win-win all around. In Brazil, well, she stood there at the door as I was grabbing my things and running out of the house, talking badly about me to the police, chanting, "Ew," each time I walked by. "Ew, you," I fired back in front of the police. I didn't care. I was so tired of her rudeness. It was a complete shit show. Funny thing is that a year later, Brazil and I ended up working at the same spa together. She came up to me and apologized for her behavior. I thought that was really awesome. We hugged it out. I had no bitterness or resentment toward her. I knew she was struggling deep inside, and I was practicing not taking anything personally. One of the things I learned about living on a small island with a small population is to not burn bridges. Keep everything aloha, and the island will take good care of you.